You know, for the last build of the year, this thing came out looking real nice. What's good with the kinfolk? Today we're checking out my last build of 2020, man. One that my homie Brandon Parks over in my YouTube community, shout out to everybody that leave comments over there. He affectionately dubbed this NETHERWING, which I'm really feeling. I'm kind of feeling that. So we're gonna go with NETHERWING, even though when he said that, it looked more like this. But for me, this is how we had a white Christmas here in Texas. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, before we go any further, I wanna thank everybody that joined the squad. That's just everybody who left a comment, watched the video, shared it out, hit the like button. But an extra special thanks to the folks who bought me a coffee and helped keep this channel growing bigger and better. Big shout outs to everybody that's on the screen. If you want to be down, check the link down below. Show your boy some love. I don't drink coffee, so everything will go right back into making this channel bigger and better in the new year. Now let's get into the parts for today's build. At the heart, we're going with the impressive Ryzen 5600X, what some people feel is the real value king of AMD's newest generation of CPUs. For the motherboard, we'll be pairing that with my Asus Prime X470 Pro that used to be the heart of my main build before I went small form factor. Thanks to a BIOS upgrade, these older motherboards are now 5000 series compatible, and I'm tossing my newest CPU in the mix. To go with the theme, I picked up this 16GB kit of white RGB RAM from XPG. At 3200 speed, it's not the most optimized for Ryzen, but it should be more than enough to perform well, plus it's going to look pretty damn good. Same with the cooler, as I went outside of the box and picked up this white RGB cooler from VTrue. I have no idea how this will perform, but I figured it would go with the aesthetics. To round it out, I'll toss in my 500GB NVMe SSD. This board doesn't support Gen 4 speeds, so no use wasting one of those drives. I also want to give a big shout out to ARES Gaming for sending over their 750 watt 80 plus bronze semi-modular PSU. With the power supply stock seemingly as low as the GPU stock, you have to think outside of the box. And what better way for me to test out some new gear from a company on the come up. And finally, for the GPU. As I said, I wish I could be going with the newer 3000 series or RX 6800 XT from Radeon, but I just haven't been able to get my hands on one, and frankly, I'm not interested in going through the mental and physical hurdles it seems you must undergo to get one. I'll get one soon enough. But for now, we're going to give my underused Red Dragon 5700 XT some love. To house it all, I picked up this white case that comes with 6 RGB fans from Usetex. Honestly, I saw it and thought this build would look amazing in it, and I wanted to try it out. Stick around to the end and see if it was actually worth it. All right, man, we are here. It's final. I've been using this for the last few days, and I gotta say, it far and beyond exceeded my expectations on what it could not only look like, but how it performs. The first thing that we must address is this case from Usetex. I was actually pleasantly surprised, as it was pretty easy to build in and didn't have a lot of the obvious just painstakingly terrible flaws that you may get with a company that doesn't have the brand name awareness that you may be used to, or maybe from a much cheaper option. Now, it's not perfect by any means. There are a few flaws here and there, but for the most part, I think it came out pretty well. And if you're looking for a case that you could build in and provide a really nice aesthetic, this might be what you want to check out. Now, across the front and the sides, as you can see, we have tempered glass. We know how the game can go with that and how they can really choke these fans sometimes and really slow down airflow. You see, we have three 120mm fans here for intake, but there also is a small gap here, probably about a ½ inch wide here, that lets airflow in from the outsides. Now, if this was a mesh panel, you would have much better airflow, as you would be sucking in a lot of air from here. Then you have your two fans as exhaust here at the top and one exhaust fan here in the back. Now, the benefits to having a case like this with built-in RGB fans is that you can control it from a button here on the top. I wish it shone better on the blades. Like, it would be dope if the blades actually lit up, but it is just that outside ring. I have found for me that with a lot of RGB fans, it's hard to get a good white option. I actually like how it looks in this case. Now, that leads me to the problem that you're gonna have with any build, especially when it comes to RGB, cable management. All of these fans connect to a controller that you attach here on the back. I'll show you a little bit of the wiring that I had to do to get everything to look good. But overall, there's enough tie downs in places. You can make it look as good as you want. I don't really care about cable management, but I did want to get it nice enough so that, you know, I can show off for you guys. Let's be honest. Now, when it comes to performance in gaming, as I've used most of this gear before and done full reviews on it, we're not going to dive super deep into a bunch of performance benchmarks and all of that. I've been mainly playing some Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the new Cold War Black Ops, Warzone, or whatever it's called. You guys know I get my COD on. And at 1440p with mixtures at high and ultra settings, I'm getting really playable frame rates, really just next level gameplay on my 144Hz monitor. I think at the end of the day, this is a combination that if you're worried about not getting the latest, greatest GPU, you can still use a combination like that. Play AAA titles at really high resolution with nice frame rates and have a beautiful gaming experience. I've moved all of my gaming to this system and use my other system now mainly just for editing and other productivity. Real quick, I want you guys to chime in down below in the comments and let me know what you think about this all white setup that I have with the keyboard, mouse. I'll leave links for everything down in the description. I just put it together with stuff that I already have and use, and I thought it came out really good. I was really surprised at how clean it was. Overall, if I had enough fans to do all of the fans and the CPU fan the same, I would do that. Maybe work on the RGB RAM, get a different brand or something like that to see if we can get that white a little bit brighter. But that's really nitpicky. Anybody coming to your house and looking at your system and going that deep, you need to ask them to contribute it because they care about it way too much. For me, I'm like, yo, this is nice. This looks super clean, and I'm ready to go into 2021 and do more builds, bigger and better, man. Let me know what you would like to see. I'm really gonna focus on bringing way more computer builds to this channel. We're gonna try to do at least one a month. I'm not promising it, but we're gonna try. I wanna say that I hope that your holiday experience was healthy, that you stay safe while spending it with the people that you could, whether it was in person or virtual. And let me know in the comments, what was your favorite tech of the year? I'd like to know. We'll talk about it down below in the comments. I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and never forget to holler at your boy.